Hi everyone, hello. It is Sarah Shipton here from Scrapbooking with Sarah, and I am coming live to you today on Wednesday, 18th of December for our Technique Tuesday class, which I was meant to hold yesterday. And so we are doing it today, and I'm going to call it We Learn Wednesday instead of Technique Tuesday, right? So thank you so much for your grace and your patience with me. I am trying to time my live videos. It's obviously a little bit busy here at the moment in the lead up to Christmas. I've got people coming and going from the house. I was waiting for my pool service guys to come today and I didn't want to get interrupted. There's parcels being delivered. It is all happening here in the lead up to Christmas. And yesterday I decided to take a little lie down because I had a little bit of a headache, and the next thing I know, I woke up and it was after 6:30 p.m. and my beautiful customer Jill was knocking on my door to pick up an order. I was like, oh my gosh. So thank you all for your patience with me. Today we are doing We Learn Wednesday for this week's scrapbooking challenge. And I'm so excited to share with you, we are doing a pattern from volume 2 of the Make It From Your Heart book, and we are doing pattern number 11, which is on pages 26 and 27 of your Make It From Your Heart book. Now, if you do not have this book, I have posted this pattern in our Facebook group, so please feel welcome to refer to that. And I am going to share some of my tips with you. And also I'm going to demonstrate a new die set that I have been creating with. It's called the Nested Essentials Dies. I have actually posted some artwork in our Facebook group already created with these dies. I was inspired by one of my fellow demonstrators to create a layout back in, I want to say, I think it was July, August of last year, and she used these dies. I have ordered them and I've only just got a chance to play with them this week. So so excited about that. I am also going to be sharing a different paper suite with you this week as well. And for the next few weeks, this particular paper suite is called Mediterranean Blooms. And I had to be honest with you girls, I was done with Christmas. I did not want to do any more Christmas scrapbooking. I have been Christmas scrapbooking for the last several weeks, and I have posted 14 different scrapbooking layouts. So it was time to start creating something new. So yes, just like you, I need to find my creative mojo, and I was kind of dragging my feet a little bit with the Christmas scrapbooking. So I am so excited to share these fresh new papers. The Mediterranean suite is actually from the annual catalogue. So your annual catalogue, which runs through until the end of April next year. We are almost on the homeward stretch until 2025. So the Mediterranean Blooms Suite Collection is on pages 34 and 35 of your core catalogue, or you can just head to my website, scrapbookingwithsarahshipton.stampinup.net. And you can search Mediterranean Blooms, or you can, under the shop tab, go to the different suites and you can scroll through until you find Mediterranean Blooms. But I will be sure to drop a link to all of the products that I'm sharing with you today after I post this live video to our Facebook group. And I've got my first friend who's joined us today. Hi, Mel. It's great to see you. Thanks for being online today. I hope you are resting and recovering from your surgery yesterday. Okay, so let's get into this scrapbooking pattern. So you're going to need 2 bases for your scrapbook layout. I have just used the plain white willow cardstock. You can see here the sample in the pattern. They've just used 2 sheets of plain coloured cardstock. This looks like mocha. So the layout instructions along the bottom here. So you're going to cut your papers down. So we're going to start with 2 large pieces. I might just move this layout down a little bit here so you can see my pattern. So you've got 2 large pieces here which need to match. So this piece through the middle here and this piece through the middle here. I have used Night of Navy cardstock. So this is a Stampin' Up colour. You are also going to need another sheet of paper here, which you are going to match a strip from. You're going to have a 3-inch strip running down your right hand side here, and you are also going to have a 1-inch strip running through your left side page here. And in terms of this little piece of paper here, I have not done, so I have slightly altered the layout here this week that we're doing, and I've not done these small 2x2 inch square photos. So some of these pieces here, you can see we've got the letters N, O, P, Q, R, and also G, H, and I. I have not cut these square pieces down, which you will find on this sheet of cardstock here. I have actually altered it to suit my photos better. So I've got a 4x6 inch photo here, which I have kept as normal, and then matted that at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 with some white willow cardstock. These two photos here are 4x4 and 3x4, and these two photos have been matted with a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 and also a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then instead of having my 2-inch photos running through here, you can see I've got a landscape 4x6, a 4x4, and then I've actually stuck a flip flap over the top of this, and this is on top of my memory protector. So I might actually take this out now. I've shown you the flip flap. So I love using flip flaps on my scrapbooking layouts. I know that you will hear me talk about them all of the time, and so excited to share with you that we will have more flip flaps coming back into stock from January 7 next year, which is super exciting. The ones that we currently have available, you will find on my website under the shop tab in the CTMH products. They're still listed under the CTMH products. What sizes we do currently have available in stock. If you don't see the flip flap size there that you need, then that means it's going to be coming. All right. So I've matted those photos there. And then down the bottom here, instead of using, again, 2x2 inch photos, which you can see is in the pattern here, I've actually replaced them with 3x3 inch photos, and I've matted these with 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I've just moved my photos accordingly. So we've got this big blue section through here, Night of Navy, with my 4x6 here and 2 3x3s. And then this, of course, is going to be for a flip flap. So when I use flip flaps, I typically will put my favorite photos on top, because that's what you're going to see first when you're flicking through my scrapbook album. The photos sitting on top you will see. And then when I slide that into the memory protector, just like you saw there, it will cover the photo underneath your layout, which is on obviously your cardstock or your pattern paper. So when I flip this over, I've got 2 other photos here. Now, I didn't have another landscape 4x6 inch photo that I wanted to use. How gorgeous is this sunset? I'm going to share a story with you about these photos in just a moment. I already had a sunset photo here, and then I've got another sunset photo here. Honestly, girls, let me tell you, the amount of sunset photos between Kayla and I that we took from this sunset sail cruise was crazy, but I've just picked my favorite 2 photos. And then this photo is going to go over the top in a flip flap when they come. I've run out of 4x6 inch flip flaps, so I am desperately waiting for them to come back in. They are probably going to sell pretty quick when they do, I'm not going to lie. So here I've got 2 3x4 inch photos, which I've trimmed down obviously, and I've literally just stuck them straight onto the back of my 4x6 inch photo. So that's just a really fun little tip there for you. I mean, you could even cut them 3x3 and then run like a 1-inch strip of paper here to fill up that spot. You can even cut 2x2 as well. So you have got a little bit of creative options there. If you have been following me for some time, you will know that my focus is the photos and the stories. All of the pretty paper, being creative is just fun, right? And that's part of being creative. You know, having that diversity. Creativity is subjective. There is no rights or wrongs. I just share little tips with you along the way. At the end of the day, I want you to feel empowered and confident to create the way that best suits you and your needs, okay? So where I can, obviously, my photos and my stories are the focus. So they are all my photos on here. Talking about stories, we've got a journal box here as well through here. Now, when I cut my papers for my journal box, I did keep my journal box at the size that it said to cut. So what I've done here is, because I've not, oh no, this is a different pattern of paper. Hang on a second, let me get this right here. A 1-inch strip here. Okay, so this paper here, paper 6, you're going to have a 1-inch strip of paper on the left and the right hand side. And then what I did, just to bring in some more pattern there, I've used the same paper to cut down my journal box. So your journal box measurements are I actually did mine at 2 1/4 by 4 1/4 because I wanted them to match my photo mat size. It is a little bit different. They've actually cut them at 1/8 in your instructions, but I've cut mine at 1/4 inches. And then I've cut my little white bit of cardstock at 2 by 4, okay? And then I've ruled my lines with my Stampin' marker, my black marker. Oh, here it is here. My Stampin' Right marker, just in the basic black to do my journaling, okay? So that is pretty much all of the cutting. You can see I've used obviously some coloured cardstock here as well. So these are the coordinating colours to go with those papers. So what I thought I might do is share the gorgeous papers with you, and then I am going to come back to the pattern. So I've already got these papers turned over. So Mediterranean Blooms, obviously you've got the colour palette is just gorgeous. So we've got 6 colours here. Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive Garden Green, Balmy Blue. I had my nails done yesterday morning, ready for today, girls. And also Night of Navy, okay? Now, I had some of these Stampin' Up! Colours already, and then what I didn't have, I've used the Close to My Heart colour comparisons, okay? So I will share that with you. So with your pattern paper, this is called Designer Series paper. The Designer Series paper is 12 by 12 inches. You get 12 sheets. So you get 2 sheets each of 6 patterns. Oh, and the paper is double-sided, okay? So, I probably could have mixed that up a little bit better just so it didn't look so busy. Sorry, girls. You can see I've got all of the patterns out here. So you're going to get 12 sheets of 12 patterns, 2 sheets of each pattern. So if I was to turn this over, this is going to match this one here. Okay, so you could use the pattern paper as double sheets for your cardstock, all right, for your layout, sorry. And then in terms of your coordinating cardstock colours, because we are staggering the cardstock colours to be released in 2-tone packets where you can get them in packets of 12 sheets of the same colour, I'm kind of going between both the Stampin' Up! Colours at the moment and the Close to My Heart colours, because with the Stampin' Up! Colours, let's say, for example, I bought this Mediterranean Blooms Designer Series paper. There is not a coordinating cardstock pack where I can get 2 sheets of each of these colour cardstock to pair up with my pattern paper. Does that make sense? I can see that a couple of you girls have come in. I've got Sonia here as well, and you guys will get it because you've been scrapbooking with me for a long time. With the core catalogue, these products were already slated to be released before the Close to My Heart makers transitioned over. So what it means is I had to come to the back of my catalogue and I had to find where these 6 individual colours were in the colour collections. So, for example, Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil Delight is part of the Brights family. So I had to buy a whole pack of this cardstock assortment just to get the sheets of Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil Delight, okay? You've also got Old Olive and Garden Green. So Old Olive and Garden Green are part of the Regals family. Again, I bought the whole packet. I actually bought one each of the cardstock assortment packs when I transitioned over because I wanted to get comfortable and confident with using the Stampin' Up! Colours. And I actually do really love their cardstock. I'm not going to lie. It's not two-tone, but it's thicker than what we were used to. So we are going to be staggering out two-tone colours as we move forward. There are some more colours that are going to be coming in January to work with our paper suites that we're releasing in the new year. And then from May of 2025 onwards, you're going to see all of the Stampin' Up! Colours in two-tone, okay? We also have Balmy Blue and Night of Navy. So Balmy Blue is back here in the subtles, and then Night of Navy is here in the neutrals. So I did invest in one of each of those assortment cardstock packs. You can choose to do that as well if you want, or you can wait until we get access to more individual colours. And then, of course, for those of you that are attending my workshops in person, I still have what close to my heart cardstock I've got in stock. And oh my gosh, guys, they just announced yesterday afternoon that my transition policy is going to be extended until March of 31st. So for those of you that come to my workshops in person, I will be able to continue to sell what close to my heart product I have on hand through until the end of March next year, which is actually when our kind of offer that we were given to come over to Stampin' Up! Ends, in terms of our kind of extensions and things, to just give us a year to settle into the new company. So they've extended that, and they announced that yesterday. So for those of you that come to my in-person workshops, you will continue to be able to buy close to my heart product that I have in stock from me through till the end of March. Now, what that means is that some of these colours that I'm working with today that coordinate with the Mediterranean blooms, I obviously have those colours in stock, which are the close to my heart comparison. I need to go back now and find where I was at in my catalogue. So some of these colours I had invested in, and some I had to use the close to my heart version. So we've got Night of Navy here. I did end up using the close to my heart colour comparison, which is Lemonade, and I used the lighter side because it wasn't as bright. You can see here the two-tone comparison there. This is the Stampin' Up! Daffodil Delight. This is the Stampin' Up! Pumpkin Pie. And then I had some of the Old Olive, which is two-tone. So this was one of the colours that has already come over in two-tone version. So it's a Stampin' Up! Colour, but two-tone. And Old Olive was one of the colours that we used with the Autumn to Remember collection that we worked with back in, I want to say that was September. Yes, it was September. So some of you would already have some of these colours. And the best thing is, if you don't, you'll be able to get them from me in person at my workshop still for January, February and March, which is super awesome. And I have got a pack of, so just to show you, this is what the colour collection packs come as. So this is a pack of 20 sheets of cardstock. This is the Subtles range, so all in 12 by 12 sheets. It's not two-tone, so this is the Subtles family here. So you get 2 sheets of each of these 10 colours. So I really did love, you can see I haven't opened it yet. The assortment pack is $27. But I really did love investing in those colours to have a play with them. I had bought some other packs which had some of the colours in them that I needed to use for other collections. So I made do that way, which was fun. Okay, so let's get back to the, and the other thing I wanted to share with you. Sorry, I'm a little bit wide today, girls. I'm not going to lie. I forgot to tell you all about this Colour Coach wheel at my scrapbooking workshop on Saturday. Look at all, oh my gosh, is this just not like a wheel of happiness? This Colour Coach is actually in your catalogue. I have done a Facebook Live on this before. So this is Colour Theory on pages 132 and 133 in your catalogue. This runs through all of the colours in the Stampin' Up! Range, and it gives you ways on how you can mix and coordinate different colours. So this wheel is like the hard copy of what you can see here in your catalogue. Is this just not the coolest thing ever? So let's say I'm working with Mediterranean blooms and I know I've got Daffodil Delight in there. if I wanted to, I'm going to move that just to there. If I wanted to coordinate Daffodil Delight and do an analogous, more layout and bring in the greens, I could use any of these colors here. If I was looking for a triadic experience with my color theory, I could take colors from here or from here. If I was looking for a complementary, you can see that I would be using, if I spun that around to Daffodil Delight, that is going to complement up with these gorgeous purples on the other side here. And then if I wanted a monochromatic vibe, I can spin that around, and that's basically 3 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Now, oh my gosh, I've forgotten how much this was. I want to say it was like $6, I think. I'm not sure, but please jump on my website. I will put a link to this code, link to this item. The item number is 166481 if you want to invest in a copy of your own Color Coach wheel to have on hand to help you with your scrapbooking. I love that. This is going to be like my new best friend, okay? Even though you guys are all my new best friends, some of you are my old best friends. All right, so let's go back to the layout, and I'm going to show you these gorgeous dies now. The only other thing that I wanted to share with you is that after I posted my layout, I decided it needed a little something. So the only thing with using the paper suites in the annual catalogue is that there's actually not, these are all stamps that are, as you can see here, all the artwork here is card making centric, okay? So I didn't buy the stamp set and the dies, okay, because I didn't really think that they would be a set that I would use a lot in my scrapbooking, if I'm being honest. I did buy the coordinating opals. So these are the opals round assortment. So you get a packet of 120 of these, and you can see I've used my little bling here in the corners here and down the bottom here. There wasn't really obviously any embellishment options for me because I haven't got this set. So this is where I decided to bring the dies in, and where I decided to use the mini alphabet dies as well. And then I remembered that I had one of each of these packets of ephemeras in my little stash here. So ephemeras is a new word for us. But it's basically like die cuts, okay? I had to Google ephemera, and let me tell you girls, when I transitioned over, I couldn't say the word for like ages. So these ephemeras are pre-cut images and sentiments. You can see that they're using them here on the card making. But the really cool thing is that you can use ephemeras on your scrapbooking too. So they're pretty much just die cuts. When I Googled the word ephemera, it came up with like memorabilia, like little bits and pieces, like junk journaling is really on trend at the moment. And so this is a packet of one of those ephemeras. It's called Something for Everything. The really cool thing is that it actually outlines all of the colors that coordinate with oh my gosh, what am I trying to say here? The ephemeras in the pack, the colors that they've used for the ephemera pack are listed on the pack. So that will help you to match up and coordinate your ephemeras with your scrapbooking. So as you can see here, this is a sheet of the die cuts. They punch out really, really easily, and then you can just pop them on your scrapbooking layout using your adhesive, or you can use your Stampin' Dimensionals if you want to pop it up. I went through all these different ephemeras, and I have to be honest with you, the only ones I really wanted to use was the sun. So I've popped a little sun on there. I've got this cute little sailboat, but I just wasn't a huge fan. So you know what? That's it. That's it for the ephemeras. I've just put the sun on there, and sometimes less is more, right? But these are a really great value pack to bulk up your scrapbooking. If you don't want to do stamping, these make a great alternative to that, okay? And also because there's no stickers. There's no stickers that coordinate with this particular paper suite. So they're all the cute little ephemeras. I will post a link to those in the comments below. And let's have a play now with these die cuts. Alrighty. So I am going to bring up my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I have got my my die cutting plates here as well. So we've got the base plate here. We have got the die cutting plate here as well. And then I've got 2 sets of my die cut plates. So I am going to pop my cardstock over the top here. And I'm going to actually cut one of each of these nested essentials dies. So where this would be really handy is if you've got a die cutting machine, these dies would be great to help you. You could punch these out to make journaling boxes. You could use these die cuts for embellishments like I have done on my layout here. So I have used this large one here, and then I've put my mini alphabet dies through here. So I don't even know what shape you would call that. This particular shape here. And the really cool thing about it as well is that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same shape that's nested into each other. And then you've got this chevron tag shape as well. And then you've got this really cool, what would I call this? It's kind of like a rounded corner. So it's rectangle. Oh my gosh, Sarah, it's a rectangle. And the really cool thing is that if you don't have a corner rounder, quite often I get asked for a corner rounder. You could use one of these instead, which has got the round corners. Now, keep in mind, you could also use these. Oh, it's Pam. Hi, Pam. Okay, no worries. I'm just going live for our Technique Tuesday. I'll talk to you soon. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's literally just pulled up at the front of my house. I didn't even see her. There she is. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Pam, you're on my video. I've gone live today. She's looked like she's dropped off a little Christmas present. Oh, she's so sweet. Okay, so coming back here. This is what happens when you go live, guys. Those kind of things happen. Right, so coming back here to the die cut, you could actually use these over the top of your photos. You could use them to make journal boxes, or you could just use them to cut out cardstock, and then that becomes like your embellishment piece, much like I've done here. This one I have cut out and I have inked it a little bit with my blending brush, and then I've put my title over the top of it. And then here I've made this little tag cluster. Again, I have inked that over the top with my blending brush, which I'm going to show you quickly after I cut these out. And then I've stamped the word "the" over the top, and I've ended up creating my title, Absolutely the Best Day Ever. How cool is that? I love it. And I actually took that inspiration from the scrapbooking layout itself. So let's have a go here. I'm going to pop this one on here like so. Okay, we might have to run this through. Oh no, I might be able to fit it all on. So I'm going to start with this shape die here. So I'm popping that over some white willow cardstock here. So I'm going to cut them out in white just so I can show you the inking technique that I have done. And then I've got this piece. Oh, I've got this piece here for my little tag. If you don't have a tag maker, or you may not have invested in the tag dies before we finish up with Close to My Heart, or you might not even have had a die cutting and embossing machine until recently either. Okay, and now I'm going to put my little rectangular one over there like so. I can get all 3 on here. All right, so I've run out of washi tape, and I don't, oh no, here it is, here's my washi tape. So I just use washi tape to keep my dies in place. When your mats are brand new and you run them through for your cutting mats, when they're brand new and you run them through for the first time, the really cool thing is that because the mats are brand new and they're flat, they kind of like hold your pieces in place really well. As you start to cut and use them, they will roll a little. They will warp a little. It's okay. That is normal. You can get replacement 2 packs of your cutting mats. I am just popping one mat over the top of the other, and now I'm running this through my die cutting and embossing machine. And when I take this mat off, I'm going to be left with, oh my gosh, how cute is this? And the really cool thing is it's got like this grid or stitching, like this stitching pattern that runs around the outside. I hope you can see that in the video there. So it just gives a little bit of detail and a little bit of texture to that, which I love. So you could create any size journal box. I love that, to use these as journal boxes. So I would still rule my lines. I rule them in 1/4 inch, just using my ruler and my Stampin' marker. Just taking my washi tape off this one here. So let's have a look here. We have got now a little tag, and we've got a corner rounded rectangle, and we've got this one here. I don't know what shape this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6-sided shape. If we have got any math brains in the house, Doreen's here. Hi, Doreen. If we've got any math brains in the house, girls, I stopped doing math when it was compulsory at school. And so whatever this six-sided shape is here, I know you girls are going to know. Now, I am using my Close to My Heart blending brushes because I already had these when I invested in them. Sapphire and Lemonade, you can buy blending brushes obviously through me with Stamping Up if you haven't invested in a pack of these yet. Sapphire is the Close to My Heart comparison for Night of Navy, and Lemonade is the comparison for Daffodil Delight. So I am just going to rub my blending brush in here, and I'm just going to tap off to get that excess off, and I'm just going to very lightly rub over that. Now, I would do this underneath my mat, which I haven't got out here with me. The other really cool thing that you can do is that you can do it along the edges as well, and that just helps to add that ink dimension to it. You could pop this up with some 3D foam tape or Stampin' Dimensionals, Sarah. See what happens when you've been teaching with the same product for so long. So how cool is that? That is the Daffodil Delight. And let me get my blue brush out. I have got 3 packs of blending brushes for the colour families. That one is for all my yellows and oranges. This one's for my blues. This is how long I've been using the ink pads for. Okay, and then we are just going to very lightly, I'm not going to apply too much pressure there because this is a dark blue, and I'm just inking. So it just kind of looks cool having the ink on the white willow cardstock, right? And it just doesn't look so stark. Just getting my blending brush, and I'm just going lightly around those edges there. I've actually already got ink, obviously leftover ink in here. Now you can run your blending brushes just under your tap with some water just to get that excess ink off. Now I can make that into a journal box. I can use that to do a sticker cluster over the top, an embellishment cluster over the top. And guys, these are really great value dies. So what was I saying before? So you've got 4, 8, okay, 12. A 12 set of die, and these retail for $60. So again, I'll pop a link in the comments below for the dies. Oh, hang on, whoops daisies. I've used my Sarah. I've used my blue on my yellow. That's going to become green now. I'll have to give that a little bit of a rinse off. So as you can see, it just adds some beautiful colour and dimension there, and it's just a little bit more fun than having the white straight on there. So I hope you have enjoyed my We Learn Wednesday class today, girls. You are going to see these dies now popping up on another layout that I create between now and Christmas. As many of you know, I'm taking some time off, so I'm going to be scheduling our weekly scrapbooking challenges for over the holidays, so you still have something fun to do and you don't miss me too much. I can't wait to see what you guys create this week with your scrapbooking challenge, and I take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I am not sure at this stage, because next Tuesday for our Technique Tuesday class, we will have a scrapbooking challenge for next week. So I will be sure to post that. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go live or not, because Technique Tuesday next week falls on Christmas Eve. And my daughter and her fiance come home for Christmas this year. So no doubt we'll be with them, but I'm going to just see how my day goes. So if I go live, I go live. If I don't go live, that will be why. So I take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I look forward to catching up with you all in the new year. Enjoy the rest of your week, girls. Thanks for watching.